Hello students, today we are going to start previous JEE questions from past 20 years. The topic is elasticity. So in elasticity, total questions from past 20 to 30 years based on this formulae asked questions are there. Now let us see here, work done in stretching a wire by external force. With the derivations, the student should know these derivations. So simply I'm showing the formulas here. Fine. So work done in stretching, a wire by the external force is nothing but F dot X or F into X, where X is the extension, X is the extension and F is the external force. Next, same thing, work done in stretching a wire by elastic force. This is elastic force, it's nothing but external force. We can write it as half into F into X. Next, heat dissipated in stretching a wire through elongation X, which nothing but Fx minus half Fx, will be getting half Fx. That means whenever you stretch a wire, half of it will be work done by the elastic force, and remaining heat will be dissipated while stretching a wire. Next, elastic potential energy density. Elastic potential energy density, UE is equals to half stress into strain. Next, so Young's modulus Y is equal to stress divided by a strain. Young's modulus. So what is stress? Stress is nothing but internal force to the applied per the unit area. So what is the strain? Change in dimension per original dimensions. Next, here even combination with elasticity is given with the Atwood machine. So Atwood machine, one should know acceleration of Atwood machine. Here are two bodies of masses M1 and M2 connected by a string and passing over a pulley. Then how to calculate acceleration? So difference of the weights divided by total mass, that also we can say. And the tension here 2 M1 M2 into G divided by M1 plus M2. This is nothing but tension in the string. Next, shear modulus. Shear modulus eta is equal to shear stress divided by shear strain. Next, bulk modulus. So bulk modulus is B is equals to, or K also will represent bulk stress divided by bulk strain. Next, tensile stress, which is nothing but sigma equals to T by area. Area is nothing but pi r square. Or a spring constant, K is equals to YA by EL. So even the applications with thermal expansion, they'll be asking connected with the elasticity. The coefficient of linear expansion. Coefficient of linear expansion is nothing but alpha. Alpha equals to, right, delta L by L into delta T. Similarly, volume expansion, gamma is equals to 3 into alpha. So coefficient of linear expansion, volume expansion. So these are the total formulae we'll be using in elasticity previous JEE questions to solve. Okay. So if you know this formula and how to derive it, then directly we can do the questions of previous IIT JEE. Now let us start with the first question. A wire is suspended from one of its end. See, let me start the first question, which is asked in 2003 offline question. So wire suspended vertically from one end. So let me take suspended a wire. I'll be taking this is the wire, right? The wire suspended vertically from one end, and its end is stretched by attaching a weight of 200 newtons at the lower end. So you can take 200 newtons at the lower end. So let me take some forces applied here. So this is nothing but 200 newtons. Fine. Next, at the lower end, the weight stretches the wire by 1 millimeter. So let us take some elongation in downward direction, which is nothing but X. So let me take it as this nothing but X is elongation, right? When elongation, here two things will be there. So first one is, number one, work done by external force. Just now we discussed work done by external force. So work done by external force. Work done by external force is nothing but W is equals to F dot X, right? In this one, half of it work done, half of this one is stored in the form of elastic potential energy. Half of it stored in the form of elastic potential energy. Half of that work done, elastic potential energy. Okay. So remaining half will be dissipated in the form of heat. So we can directly take U is equals to, right, half into F into X. That's all. Right. Hope this is clear till this point. Now substituting the values. So what are the values we have here? If I take the values for it, so half into force is given 200 into elongation is 1 millimeter, 1 into 10 to the power of minus 3. This is a 100, which is nothing but U is equals to 100 into 10 to the power of minus 3, which is nothing but 0.1 joules. Hope this is clear, right? We keep in the box. So the correct answer will be 0.1, which is nothing but D is the correct answer. So answer for this question is D. So based on which concept we have, work done, only half of it is, we'll be taking half of the work done, because half of it is stored in the form of elastic potential energy, remaining half will be dissipated in the form of heat, right? Even in the classroom coaching, the derivation of this we might you might did, that is half F into X. Okay, the next question now, moving to next question. So JEE Mains 2004 offline question. A wire fixed at upper end stretches by length L. Now if I take, let me take a wire is there. There is a wire which is so we are not doing the derivations here. A wire is fixed at upper end, stretches by length. That means it is stretching by length of L. Here it will be stretches by length of L. That is given, stretches by length of L. Hope this is clear. Stretch by length of L. Then the work done in stretching the wire. Just now we discussed work done in stretching the wire. So here if I applied forces in downward direction, this is nothing but external force. There will be some internal force acting inside the wire. This is nothing but internal force. Fine. Let Y is the Young's modulus of it. Then here three things we have to note. Work done by the external force. Simply number one, work done by external force. By external force. Work done by the external force. If I take, it's nothing but F into X. Work done by external force. Work done by the elastic force. Work done by elastic force. Elastic force equals to half into F into X. But just now I told that heat dissipated will be half of its. So now heat dissipated or dissipation, heat dissipation, if I take half of it, that means total is Fx minus half F into X, will be getting a half F into X. So according to the problem, if you see, when I see this particular problem, in this one L is nothing but elongation, we can take L is elongation, and applied force, applied one is F. What is the work done in stretching the force? So work done in stretching the force, if you take it as, we require a work done by the elastic force. Work done by elastic, right? Elastic force. Elastic force. Work done by the elastic force in stretching is nothing but half into F into X. But here elongation is given as what? L. So simply I can write half F into L. So this will be the appropriate answer, right? See, work done in stretching the wire. Work done in stretching the wire, we can say this will be the correct answer. If we ask the same question, work done by the external force, say work done, the same question, if the question is asked in a different way, work done by external force. The question is asked like this, work done by the external force is nothing but F into X. Here elongation is given as X is equals to L. So that F into L. The two possibilities are there in this question 2004. So work done in stretching by the elastic energy force is given as half F into L, or work done stretching by the external forces F into L. So here option, if you take it as work done in stretching, the work done is equal to F into L, which is the appropriate answer, which nothing but D is the correct answer for this one, right? So student should not be get confused with this type of questions. Okay, next moving to 2005 offline question, you can see clearly if S is the stretch and Y is the Young's modulus, stress and Y is the Young's modulus of material of the wire, the energy stored per unit volume. We want energy stored per unit volume. See here according to The formula energy stored or energy stored per unit volume. We can also call elastic potential energy density. What you call is elastic potential energy density. So I want to write the units joule per meter cube. Hope this is clear. So this can be written as now half into stress into strain. Half into stress into strain. Okay, by the definition of Young's modulus, what I can write? Young's modulus Y is equal to stress divided by strain. Stress divided by strain. Right? Stress divided by strain. Now, next what we can say, stress divided by strain, U is equals to. So we can directly here, let me take strain is equals to strain equals to stress divided by Y. Okay, here stress is given as S according to the problem. Now see, here the stress is S and Young's modulus is Y. So now what I can write here, strain is nothing but stress. So strain is equal to stress S by Y. What we require, energy density. So energy density is half into stress into strain. Now energy density is equals to half into stress. Stress is nothing but S into strain which is equals to half into strain into, right, stress into strain. Strain is nothing but S by Y. Now energy density UE is equals to S square divided by 2Y. Hope this is clear. S square divided by 2Y. So what is the option that we are getting? It's nothing but B is the correct answer. Hope this is clear, right? Here if I take the final expression. So what I used here, strain is nothing but stress divided by Y, and next Y, Young's modulus is equal to stress divided by Y, right? Or energy density formula used, half stress into strain, So this is also called a elastic potential energy density. Hope this is clear to all. Next, proceeding to the next question, which is asked in JEE 2006, right? A wire elongates by L millimeters. So your elongation is L millimeters, right? Elongation is L millimeters. Elongation is given L millimeters. When a load of W, so load W is hanged from it. If its wire goes over a pulley and two weights W each are hung at the two ends, then the elongation of the wire will be millimeters. What exactly here the question is? First thing is, we'll take one wire. We draw the diagram. Here we'll take one wire, right? So here a body is attached to a wire. So of mass, let us take it as M. Then the weight of it is acting downwards. So same string, same length of string is connected, which is passing over a pulley. This is nothing but one. Fine, right? So there's nothing but we can take it as an Atwood machine, right? Atwood machine. Say, now let us see a wire of length elongates by L millimeter. Let us take as some elongation is there. There is nothing but elongation is L millimeters is the elongation of this particular wire in downward direction. Now he's asking L with the load of W. This load is nothing but W. So we can write here the weight of it is acting downwards, which nothing but a W is equals to M into G, acts in downward direction. Tension will act in upward direction. So tension acts in upward direction, weight acts in downward direction, right? Is nothing but at a rest. So hang it from it. This is the first statement. First statement is, according to the first statement, I completed first statement. A wire elongates by L millimeter with a load of W is hanging. If the wire goes, the same wire, you can see it as same wire over a pulley and two weights of W each other with the two ends. What is the elongation of the wire? Now you can take here weight of it is acting downwards, which nothing but W, and here also weight is acting downward direction W, and tension acting here T and tension. Of course, it is at rest. So condition to be rest is T should be balanced by W. So both cases here tension will be acting. Here it is tension, right? So T is equal to W. Here also T is equals to W, right? If it is rest. For equilibrium load, okay, for the equilibrium of load, tension in the wire is T is equals to W. So equilibrium concept. As the tension in the wire in two cases is same, there is no change in the tension. When there is no change in the tension, the elongation or extension in both cases will be same. So here tension is the same in the both cases, tension same. Hope it is clear. That means if I take if first one elongates, this is first one is elongating. First case is L millimeters. Even same elongation will be L millimeter. Here condition is same wire, same material. So Young's modulus will be same, and the tension is also same. When T is equals to W, T equals to W. Hope this is clear. T is equals to W. So option same will be there. It will be A will be the correct answer. Hope this is clear. Yes, fine. Let us move with the next question, which is asked in 2009. So in between, we don't have the questions. Two wires are made up of same material. Let us take two wires here. So first wire, two wires are made up of same material and have same volume also, same material. So however, wire 1 has a cross section A and wire 2 has cross section 3A. So this is clear. Wire 1 cross section A, wire 2 is 3A. If the length of first wire increases by delta X, applying force F, right? How much force is needed to stretch the wire 2 by the same amount? Here same amount we have to stretch. This is the question. How to solve? Let me take first, let me consider two wires here. So we'll take two wires. First wire, number 1, another wire, number 2. So what are given here? Two wires are there. So two wires made up of same material. Same material means one should understand here they have same Young's modulus. Young's modulus are same. Both are having same Young's modulus. Hope this is clear, right? Both are having same same volume also. So here same volume, here also same volume. Both are having same volume. However, one has area of cross section. First one having area of cross section A, and second one is nothing but 3A, right? If the length is length of first wire increased by delta L, application of force. Now let us take application of force. Here if I apply the force, let me take the elongation produced is delta X. Is asking if this how much force we have to apply. See how much force we have to apply. So what is the force that we have to apply to produce same amount of elongation? So same amount of elongation we require. This is the given data, right? How to proceed with this one? See Young's modulus is same. First I'll go with the Young's modulus, right? So Young's modulus Y is equal to stress by strain. So if I take Young's modulus Y is equals to stress divided by strain. Stress divided by strain, right? Stress divided by strain. So stress is nothing but force divided by area divided by strain is nothing but delta L by L. Hope this is clear. Delta L divided by L. Fine. Next, delta L means elongation we can take. Now, if I want force from there, so Y is equals to, even I can write Y equal to F into L divided by A into delta L. Delta L. Now our F is equal to, from this equation, F equal to just a cross multiplication. If I cross multiply, what I'll get? Y into A into delta L divided by L, right? This is the force equation. Now what I'll do? I'll take the same, fine, same equation I'll take. F is equals to, I got F equal to, right, Ya delta L, Ya delta L divided by L into multiplying. So multiplying A into A, there is a multiplying numerator and denominator by A into A. Why I did like this? Because same volume we require. So volume should be same. Here you can see it as a increases, fine. Okay. So same volume. Here the condition is same volume. So now this equation can be written as Y A square into a delta L divided by L into A, which is nothing but volume. Is it clear? Now force for the same delta, if see here in this one, force is directly proportional to a square. Can I write force is directly proportional to a square? How I can write force is directly proportional to a square? Because here what are the given things? You can see area is changing, volume is the same, Young's modulus is same. Young's modulus means same material. So volume same. Delete it volume. Okay. Volume remove it. Young's modulus you remove it. And you can see delta L is also same. Delta X elongation is same. Then come back here. So delta L is also same. That means force is directly proportional to a square. I can write. Hope this is clear. Right. Now I will write F1 by F2. F1 divided by F2 equals to A1 square divided by A2 square. Right. F1 by F2. So we want F1 is given as F in the problem. You can see given data. Let me take it as this is F1. F2 we have to calculate. A1 let me take it as A. A2 is nothing but 3A. Simply substitute that one. Here I can get F1 is F divided by F2 equals to A1 square divided by A2 square. So A1 square divided by A square divided by this is nothing but a 3A whole square. Hope this is clear. 3A whole square. Now this can be written as F divided by F2 equals to right A square divided by 9A square. 9A square. So these two will get cancelled. Then at the end we can get F2 equals to 9F. F2 equals to 9F. So option, if you see B option matches with this one, right? Hope this is clear to you. F2 equals to 9F. So what we use the concepts here. So according to the given data, we used Y is equals to stress divided by a strain, and simply we substituted there. Fine. And just I multiplied and dividing with the area to get a volume in terms of volume, because volume is constant. Then only I can write F proportional to A square. Hope this is clear. Fine. Next, going to 2012. Again, there is in between there is no problem. 2012, two questions are there. This is a 12th May online exam. There is a graph is given, load versus elongation graph for 4 wires are there of same length and made up of the same material. See, same material means one should understand this Young's modulus is same. So Young's modulus should be same. Then the thinnest wire is represented by, so load versus elongation. See, 4 wires, let me take like this, 4 wires are there. So 1, 2, 3 and 4 wires, right? 4 wires are there. Load versus elongation for same wire, same length, made up of same material. So if I attach a load here, first, second, third, fourth, so elongation as well as load, right? Load versus elongation. So let me take it as W1, W2, W3, W4. Elongations, let me take it as E1, E2, E3, or X1, X2, X3 will take. I'll take X1, X2, X3, X4 like this. Is it clear? This one X1, X2, X3, X4. Now thinnest wire to be represented, we have to represent what is the thinnest wire. So Young's modulus of it is same. So as it is same material, so same, Y is same. And we want which is the thinnest wire. How to decide it? Now let me draw that diagram here. If I see, you see this diagram here, it is very clear. See, just draw a line, right? It is giving elongation. Let me take it as X1, X1. Next you can take here X2, X2. Next here you can take it as X3. This is X3. Similarly, if you take it as X4, so this will be X4, X4. So very clearly that it is observed from the diagram, same length if I take, right? X1 is greater than, from the diagram, X1 is greater than, X2 greater than, X3 greater than X4, right? For a given volume of load or external force, so elongation, these are all elongations. So here a strain is maximum. So more elongated strain is maximum for first wire, OA wire. By the observation, strain is maximum. Strain is maximum. It's nothing but in a wire of OA. Strain is maximum. Next, stress is maximum. Stress is also maximum in OA wire. See, stress and strain both are maximum in a OA wire. Right, loads, just we can take like this. So stress is nothing but external force. If I take stress equals to external force is same for all, external force per unit area. If stress is more, so A should be minimum. So A is minimum, so stress will be more. So this happens only for OA wire. So this is only for OA wire. Hope this is clear. So OA wire it happens. That is nothing but answer OA. Hope this is clear. Right. Next, on to the next problem. So here what we used, only the conception thing. Y is same because they are of same material. Fine. Elongations if you take here, just a drawing like this. So as I shown there. Okay, coming back. Next 2012, same. See, in 2012, first question and second question, two questions are there. In 2012, 12th May examination, you can see here the structure, the structural steel rod of radii is given. Radii is given how much? 10 millimeters. Hope this is clear. 10 millimeters given. So let me write the values here. So radius r is equals to, let me take radius r equal to 10 millimeters. So 10 into 10 to the power of minus 3 meters. Hope this is clear. Radius. And the length of the wire L is equals to, right? Length of the wire L equal to, we can write 1 meter given. 1 meter is the length of the wire. A steel rod of radius and length is given. Okay. So a 100 kilonewtons, that means force is applied here. So force 100 kilonewtons. 100 kilonewtons, that's nothing but 10 to the power of 3 newtons. Fine, 100 newtons. Next, stretches it's along its length. So Young's modulus of the structural steel is Young's modulus is also given. A straightforward problem, 2 into 10 to the power of 11 Newton per meter square. Saying the percentage strain we have to calculate. Okay, directly we can take the formula for Young's modulus. So if I take Young's modulus, y is equal to stress divided by strain. Stress by strain, right? So stress, if I take, I want a strain, let me take strain from here. So strain equals to stress divided by y. Stress divided by y. So what is stress now? Stress is nothing but force by area divided by y. Force by area divided by y. Or simply I'll write here. Let me take force divided by area continues. So F divided by pi r square into pi r square into y. Hope this is clear. Pi r square into y. Or I can write 10 to the power of 5 divided by pi r square. Pi can be written as 3.14 into r. Already r is how much? Here r is 1 millimeter. 10 millimeters. I can write a 10 into 10 to the power of minus 3 whole square pi r square into y. Y is given 2 into 10 to the power of 11. Hope this is clear till this point. Now simplification. After simplification, we can get here 1 by 628. 1 by 628 strain. We want now percentage change. If I take a percentage change, percentage strain in the wire, percentage strain in wire, if I take equals to 1 by 628 into 100%. So percent. So how much percent is this one? This means approximately 1.6%. Hope this will be clear to you, right? So it will matches with A option. So straightforward we used. So y is equal to stress divided by a strain. So everybody can do this problem. Easy. So only calculations. These are given datas. What are the given datas given here? So r is equal to radius. We have to convert into millimeters to meters. L is equal to 1 meter, and force is a kilonewtons. It is given. Then I'm taking force equal to 10 in 100 into 10 to the power of 3. Fine. Now last is Young's modulus, which is given as 10 to the power of 11. Hope this is clear to you, right? So we got finally the answer is 0 point strain. So percentage strain. So percentage strain equal to equals to 0.16%. Hope this is clear. This will be the answer. So answer will matches with first option. So A will be the answer for this one. Right. Hope it is clear till this points. Right. Next, 2012 only. We can go with the 2012, but it is given in 26th May online. It is given, right? 26th May online. Now, steel wire was suspended 100 kg weights without a breaking. Without breaking. Saying this is a conceptual question. So, if the wire cut into two equal parts, so can each can sustain a weight of how much weight it can sustain? Is the question here, right? So now let me take one steel wire. The steel wire I'll take. A steel wire can sustain 100 kg Newton. That means 100 means is nothing but force is equals to 100 kg weight. So 100 g it can sustain without a breaking. Without breaking. So that means if I want to write here y is equals to Young's modulus is equals to force by area by delta L by L. So if I take this nothing but L and the delta L, let me take it as some in this delta L. So when it is cut into two parts, let me take it is cut into two parts now. When it is cut into two parts, then individual if I take, so this is one of its L by 2 and two equal parts. One more I am taking it as L by 2. Both are L by 2 and L by 2, right? So now how much each can sustain here? See here material is not changed. Y is the same. Y is same, right? And area of cross section A is the same. A is also the same, right? When A is same, so breaking force of the wire always is the force at which stress in wire becomes equal to the rupture strength of the wire of the material, and it is independent of length of the wire. So breaking will depends on only stress here, right? That means we can write Y. So here independent of length of the wire. That means C will be the correct answer. It does not depends on length of the wire. Now stress, breaking stress, if I take breaking stress without breaking is equals to force divided by area, right? The same force is applied here. We are applying the same force. So same weights, we can say the same weights. Here also same weights. Is nothing but F is equals to 100 grams. Here also 100 G. Here also 100 G. And area of cross section is same. So there is no change in this one. So it can withstand because it is not depending on the length of it. Hope this is clear. So 100 kg. Next, moving to next question, which is asked in JEE 2013, 25th April online. Now here two blocks are there. Two blocks of masses M and a capital M are connected by means of a metal wire of cross-sectional area A. Here cross-sectional area is A and masses if I take small m and capital M, right? So passing over a frictionless pulley as shown in the figure. Okay, the system is then released. When the system is released and capital M is nothing but capital M equal to 2M, right? M and capital M. So relation. Then the stress produced in the wire. We want to calculate stress. That means there is a touch with elasticity plus NLM, Newton laws of motion combination, right? So second concept we can take. Just now this is nothing but an Atwood machine. Now I'll proceed. Here if I take stress produced in the wire, stress can be written as stress is equal to force divided by area. That's nothing but tension divided by area. Here if I want to write according to diagram, the weight of it is acting downwards, which is nothing but small m into g, and tension is acting upwards. Here capital M into g, which is nothing but 2m into g in terms of one, right? Tension is acting upward direction. So the acceleration of the system is in downward direction. This will be going in upward direction. Let me take first body of mass is m1, second body of mass is m2. Is it clear? M1 and m2. Now what is the acceleration of the system or tension in the system? So according to Atwood machine, we can write acceleration of the system A is equals to m2 minus m1 divided by m1 plus m2 into g. Is nothing but acceleration. So even you can solve this equation. How to solve? If I take here as it is going upward direction, first equation T minus mg equals to m1 into A, equation number 1, and coming downwards 2mg minus T is equals to m2 into A. Solving these two equations, we'll get the acceleration. Then take that acceleration, substitute any one of the equation, we'll get a tension in the string. Now tension can be obtained as a 2 m1 m2. Here a small m into capital M divided by m plus m, capital M plus small m into G. This is what the expression for tension. Hope this is clear. Now we can substitute here. If I substitute, then tension I'll get. If I substitute in the equation, what is the tension? I can obtain here. So tension T is equals to 2 into capital M small m divided by capital M plus small m into G, right? Or T is equals to 2 into capital M is 2m into small m divided by capital M 2m plus m, which is nothing but 3m into G. This is nothing but into G. So T is equals to, if I take T equals to, so 2 into 2 is 4m square divided by 3m into G, which is nothing but m and m get cancelled. Then we can get here the tension T is equals to, we can write a 4 mg divided by 3, right? This is nothing but tension in the string. Hope this is clear. Tension in the string, we got 4 mg divided by 3. Now what we require to calculate here. So now I want to calculate stress. So how to calculate stress? Stress is nothing but a tension divided by area. Tension divided by area. So here already tension we got. Tension means here itself force itself. This is nothing but force in the string. Tension. Now stress equals to tension is 4 mg divided by 3a. Hope this is clear to you, right? So what we got the correct option here, T equals to tension. What is the option? We are getting B is the correct answer, right? So what are the equation that we used? Only acceleration of Atwood machine we have taken from NLM, Newton laws of motion. Acceleration, so number 1. So T is equals to 2m is this one. Now stress is equals to a T by capital A, right? So these are the two equations from that one. We're getting equation. This we are taking from NLM, right? Hope this is clear. Based on Atwood machine plus elasticity, question is right. Next, we'll move to the next question, right? Okay, now we'll move to JEE 2013 April 9th online. See here, according to this problem, if the ratio of lengths, radii and Young's modulus of steel and brass wires in the figure A and B, and C respectively, right? Then the corresponding ratio in increase in their lengths is the question given. So how to solve this type of question, we can see. So he's saying that the ratios, what is the ratios? First thing, let me write the given data. What is given? First thing, the ratio of lengths, radii, Young's modulus of steel and brass. That means two wires are there. One is a steel, and another one is brass wires are there. We'll separate. So let us take it as the ratio of length of steel wire is LS and length of brass wire is LB. Here radius is RS, here RB, and YS, and this is YB, right? This is clear. Now the ratio of lengths, radii, Young's modulus of steel and brass wires in the figure is A, B, and C. Say. So ratios of length of steel wire, that means these two ratio is given as A, and these two ratio is given as B, and these two ratio given as what? C. This is the question, right? C. Is it clear? This one, A, B, and C. We have to find. Now we can directly take Young's modulus equation. So this is steel, this is nothing but brass. That means he has given like this. Clearly, if I want to show LS by LB equals to A, first one, and RS by RB equals to B, and YS by YB equal to C. Is it clear, this one? So LS by LB, RS by RB, YS by YB is equal to C, right? So we use now Young's modulus equation. If I use Young's modulus, Y is equal to stress divided by strain. Hope this is clear. Stress divided by strain. Now this can be written as now stress, tension in the string, T divided by area divided by delta L by L, or I can write a T divided by pi R square divided by delta L by L. Okay, now we want to write what is the delta L from here. Delta L, if I want to write a delta L, I can write a delta L equal to, what is delta L from this one? T into L, tension into length, divided by pi r square into y. Hope this is clear. Pi r square into y. First one for steel wire will take steel wire. For steel wire I'll take, right? For steel wire, delta L for steel wire I want to calculate. Now delta L is equals to, first we should know tension for steel wire. Now see carefully here. The weight of it is acting downwards, which is nothing but 2 mg acting downwards. Here weight of it is acting downwards, which is nothing but mg. Now total weight acting downward direction is nothing but mg and mg, which is nothing but 3 mg on a brass wire, right? Here 3 mg tension is nothing but tension in the what is tension in brass wire. So tension T in the brass wire equals to mg plus 3 mg, which is 3, sorry, mg plus 2 mg is 3 mg. You can write this is 3 mg, 3 mg, right? So this is 3 mg, 3 mg into L. L of what? Steel. This is steel. We should be clear. And pi r square, r s square into y, y of steel. Just I wrote for steel wire. Similarly, we have to write for a remaining thing also. That is for steel wire, brass wire. For brass wire. Similarly, if I want to write for brass wire, so delta L for brass wire. Here this is nothing but steel wire. This is I'm taking for steel wire. This is nothing but a brass wire. Let me take here brass wire. For brass wire, okay, this is nothing but steel wire. Steel wire total tension which is acting in a downward direction is nothing but a 3 mg on this one, right? So mg and mg, here it is nothing but tension in the sorry, this is not a tension in the brass wire. This is nothing but tension in the steel tension in the steel wire, right? So tension in the steel wire we got it as. Now tension in the brass wire, if I take tension in the brass wire, which is nothing but a 2 mg, right? So tension in the steel wire, so downward mg and this nothing but 2 mg, total is what? 3 mg. Fine. So here now change in length for brass wire. We want a tension in the brass wire require tension in brass wire is 2 mg. Simply substitute that 2 mg. Now this is a 2 mg. This is a 2 mg into, right, LB divided by pi r b square into y brass. Is it clear this one? Now what we'll do, just to divide both the equations. If I divide both the equations, what I'll get? Let me take it as equation number 1. This is nothing but equation number 2. If I divide both the equations, then delta LS divided by delta LB equal to, okay, now here we can get 3 mg will get cancelled, so I can get a 3 ls divided by 2 lb into r b square by r s square into y br brass divided by y of steel. So simply now we have to substitute all the values. When I substitute, we can get here 3 ls by, we can see ls by ls divided by lb is a, rs divided by rb is b, ys divided by yb is nothing but c. Hope this is clear. Just you can substitute here. Now 3 by 2 into a plus rb by rs, rb by rs. We have rs by rb. So rb by rs means 1 by v, 1 by b whole square, that is 1 by b square into this nothing but in between it is into. Sorry. So into, here it is into yb by ys, which is nothing but 1 by c. So if I simplify it, I'm getting 3a divided by, in the numerator, 2b square into c. So this is the ratio of delta, that is delta ls by delta lb equal to, we got the answer 3a by 3a divided by 2b square into c. So it will matches with the option C. Hope this is clear. It will matches with the option C. So this will be matching with the option C. Hope this is clear. Yes. Okay, fine. Yes. Thanks. So next question, which is 2013 only, last question. Here JEE Mains 2013 22 April online question. We'll move to this question. So let me write the given data here. So what is the question? According to the question, uniform wire of Young's modulus is given 2 into. So Young's modulus equals to 2 into 10 to the power of 11 Newton per meter square. Right? Is subjected to a longitudinal tensile stress. So we'll be taking it as a tensile stress. Fine. So stress equal to longitudinal tensile stress equals to 5 into, right? Okay, now stress is equals to, it is given tensile stress 5 into 10 to the power of 7 Newton meter square, right? The overall volume change in wire is 0 point. That means change in volume, I can write a delta V by V equals to 0.02% divided by 100, or a delta V by V can be written as a 2 into 10 to the power of minus 4. Is it clear, this one? 2 into 10 to the power of minus 4, delta V by V is equals to 2 into 10 to the power of minus 4. Hope this is clear till this point. Now what we require, fractional decrease in radius, that is a delta R divided by R we required, fractional change in the radius. How to calculate? First from Young's modulus, I'll take equation for Young's modulus. Now Young's modulus is equal to stress divided by strain, stress divided by strain, or I can write now stress divided by strain. Fine. So stress is, we can keep like this, stress as it is. So stress divided by strain. Strain is nothing but a delta L by L. So we can take the wire is there, just simply we are applying some force on it. When you apply some force on it, there is a change in length delta L, and original length is L, right? So now delta L by L, if I want a delta L by L equals to just cross multiplication, stress divided by, right, stress divided by Y, stress divided by Y. Now further I calculate here. Now delta L by L, delta L by L is equal to stress, stress divided by stress divided by, you can see Y, Young's modulus. So already stress is given. Yes, stress is 5 into 10 to the power of 7. So that's nothing but a 5 into 10 to the power of 7 Newton per meter divided by Young's modulus 2 into 10 to the power of 11 Newton per meter square, right? Equals to, I'll get 5 by 2, which is nothing but 2.5, 2.5 into 10 to the power of minus 4. Keep it like this, delta L by L, this is nothing but delta L divided by L. Okay, now what we require is a fractional change. Now delta L by L is there. So volume, if I write a pi R square into L. Fine. So we can write here a delta V by V equals to, as pi is constant, 2 into delta R by R plus delta L by L. Fine. Now simply we can substitute. Already delta V by V is given. Delta V by V is given as 2 into 10 to the power of minus 4. We can substitute 2 into 10 to the power of minus 4 is equals to 2 into delta R by R, right? 2 into delta R by R. So you can keep it as 2 into delta R by R in plus delta L by L. So delta L by L already we got here 2.5, 2.5 into 10 to the power of minus 4. Okay. Now I can do here, take 2 into delta R by R to left side. So this I can write a 2 into delta R by R equals to, take this side, 2 minus 2.5 into 10 to the power of minus 4 I can substitute. Why? Because here you can see 2 minus 2.5 into 10 to the power. I can take common 10 to the power of minus 4. Now proceeding here. So what I got, 2R, 2 into delta R by R equal to 2 into delta R by R equals to 2 minus 2.5, which is nothing but minus 0.5 into 10 to the power of minus 4. Hope this is clear. Then 2 into delta R by R equals to, here this 2 is cross multiplied. When I cross multiply this 2, right, that means in the denominator minus a 0.5 into 10 to the power of minus 4 divided by 2, which gives a minus a 0.25 into 10 to the power of minus 4. Hope this is clear. So here we are getting delta r by r equals to minus 0.25 into 10 to the power of minus 4, right? So we can see here, this is the answer. So anything matching with this particular option here, negative sign is indicating fractional decrease. So 2.25, this is nothing but fractional decrease. So what are the things that we use here? First thing is Young's modulus is already given. Young's modulus is equal to y into y equals to 2 into 10 to the power of 11. Stress is given. Okay. So delta V is given, right? Delta V by V we calculated. So what we have to calculate? The fractional change in the radius. Just I took y equation from which delta L by L is equal to stress divided by strain. From that I proceeded. So delta L by L equal to stress divided by y. By some simplification or substituting the values, we got it. Then percentage, to calculate percentage. So we took volume V is equal to pi r square into L. So delta V by V is equals 2 into delta R by R into that ones. Then substituting the values, whatever we calculated above. Then finally we are getting the equation delta R by R. This negative sign indicates there is a fractional decrease in the radius. Hope this is clear till JEE 2013. We started from JEE 2003, completed till JEE 2013. Just I want to show what we discussed in the starting. So what theory you should be perfect to do all the problems. So first I told work done in stretching a wire by external force or elastic force, heat dissipated, elastic potential energy, and elastic potential energy density. What is the stress? So Young's modulus. Then Atwood machine, if I take, what is acceleration, how to calculate, what is the tension, then shear modulus, bulk modulus, tensile stress, and spring constant, coefficient of linear expansion and volume expansion. So now after 2013, whatever the question asked, so which is based on the shear modulus, bulk modulus, and tensile strength and spring constant, and a combination of thermal expansions, that we'll be seeing in the next class. Hope this is clear to all. Thank you very much.